It was a long ride for you guys. Are y'all still tired?
We're okay. We flew down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was kind of quick.
It was okay.
Still from New York, it's a long way.
It wasn't so bad because we went to Atlanta and then
Okay. Okay, cool.
This is us getting back at you because
Not right. That's not so bad is what I did though.
You kind of got back at all of them.
See? On the way.
All right, now we're even.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So we'll just take a seat on the couch.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Can I vlog? Is it okay to vlog myself?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Do your thing. Do you want water or anything?
Yes, water.
Ram, you said there's a little water bottle?
Yeah, I think so. Let me see.
Okay.
Do you want if I put this in there?
Yeah, you can put that in there. Thank you.
Ram, you have the key, right?
Yeah, put it in there.
I told you all of you never get to
I should have brought my tripod or something. Okay.
Are you doing live?
Yeah, no, it's not live. It's private actually.
Oh, so what is your whole
But
process?
you can say
when you're
but you
filming?
can say hey and everything because I'll
Okay.
edit later, I guess. Hey,
Hi.
this is the Bennett sisters.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Yep, we're doing
So
a film
what
for
are
pretty.
you, what's your process like with filming?
I just been filming everything.
Yeah.
Everything I've been doing, I just been filming it. I haven't edited everything yet, so everything is still like just all over the place. But
Yeah.
I'm doing it. So editing takes a lot of work.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's
It's
a lot.
Josh is a professional editor, actually.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's
So,
a lot. Especially when you gather so much.
Yeah.
It's like even going through all of it.
Right, I know, right? And then this is my first time really just doing this type of stuff, like editing and just vlogging everywhere. So it's a
Yeah.
lot.
Maybe you'll learn to like be an editor one day. Who knows?
Right. Anything,
You can
better-
learn it. I
better
taught myself
yourself.
how to do it actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, Pretty definitely looks like you.
Yeah.
Her little nose.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
like chocolate me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She definitely hit the mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got your deep soul for sure.
For sure.
And the wisdom.
Too bad it's just not here anymore.
It's just unbelievable.
She could have been so much,
I can't imagine every day just must be like feel like a nightmare.
It is every day, and it's still very fresh.
It's very fresh. You just buried her.
Very fresh. I still don't believe she come. Really, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I don't believe it, and I don't know why. There's no reason for it. She's just not here. It doesn't make sense to me.
It shouldn't be real because nobody should have to deal with this. Nobody.
But people are going through it every day.
Yeah.
And it's sad. And it's a shame we actually have to live like this. And even in a world where we have to live next door, you don't know who anybody is next door to you. They could be anywhere, in the backyard, neighbors. You don't know who anybody is.
Yeah.
And I'm terrified. Like, everywhere I go, I'm paranoid. I mean, I don't know, people look normal.
Right.
You
Yeah.
don't know what they're hiding and what they've done in the past, what they're capable of. It's a scary thing.
That's what our friend said because I was like, oh, this seems like a really safe neighborhood, and he's from Jackson, and he's like, there's no such thing.
It's not.
He said that his gym teacher from high school, he went to, what is the school that Pretty went to that I was telling you our friend went there? Terry. He said that his gym teacher got shot 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
So I was like, it seems safe. He's like, nope.
Nope. It's not. It's a lot of businesses and stuff over here in Fondren.
Yeah.
But when I was on my way here, I was thinking, oh my God, like, this is not a good area. But when I came more over into this part, I said, okay, this should be okay.
It's like
but
a
just,
little pocket.
yeah, just 2 blocks away, right around the corner, it's,
Yeah.
I wouldn't come
But he was like,
here.
don't walk by yourself. I was like,
No.
at night? He's like, no, just don't walk
Yeah.
by yourself ever.
And in this area, kind of because it's kind of busy over here. It's some businesses and stuff, but it's probably shouldn't walk by yourself, but
Yeah.
I know people do up and down here,
People
you know,
do,
go to
yeah.
cafes and stuff, and it's kind of, you know, things to do over here, so I know people do, and it's like yoga
Right.
over here and stuff, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
not at all at night, not at all. Just nowhere in Jackson, unless you go to like North Jackson, Madison, Ridgeland, Brandon,
Yeah.
really nice, but
Mhm.
these parts in South West Jackson, nowhere to be.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to live in South Jackson or West Jackson, can't ever. There's nowhere to live.
Yeah.
People are living there because they have to. You know, they can't afford the prices in North Jackson or up north, so they have to.
But it's like you can't trust anybody, it seems like, even your neighbors.
Nope. Neighbors going from the store. Somebody just got shot at Family Dollar a few weeks ago. Another girl just got shot in the head at the red light.
Oh.
It's bad. Jackson is bad. And I was just reading an article. I forget what it was on. I think I was looking at Tate Reeves or something the other night. And Jackson is as bad as Chicago. I think we're up in numbers
Yeah.
just with Chicago right now. And it's terrible to be such a small place and to have the same numbers as Chicago. Like every
Exactly.
3,000.
It's just so small.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like one every 3,000 people or something. And Chicago is less than that, I think. It's like, I think it's one every 6,000. Maybe not 6,000. I think it's a little bit more. I'm not sure. I think I saved the article. I saved it. So
Yeah.
something to look into and just to, you know, read on and just,
Yeah.
it's a crying shame. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your mom, where she lives right now, that's
In
like,
South Jackson.
Mhm.
yeah,
And I'm scared for her too.
I know
Me
you
and my
are.
mother don't really get along.
Yeah.
But I still love her. I still don't want
Of
nothing to
course,
happen
that's
to her.
still your mom. Yeah.
And she has cerebral palsy.
Oh.
And she doesn't get that she's in danger. So she'll go outside and be in the yard and doing stuff in the yard and planting the flowers and stuff. And she'll just sit out there on the porch, you know, just trying to really enjoy
Oh.
her life.
But she's not aware.
She's not aware because she has cerebral palsy. And she
Yeah.
doesn't, she thinks like a child, like a 12-year-old. So she's not aware of what's around her.
And then when you were staying with her and you were telling her we have to put up cameras and everything,
It's
she's
just-
probably like, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why she's kind of treating you like
Yep.
you're crazy.
Yep, like I'm crazy. Like
Yeah.
nothing's wrong, like you're tripping, but Preeti just got killed. Like I'm not crazy. And I kept telling her to get the cameras before Preeti even got killed. I told her, please get the cameras. I begged her.
Yeah.
She didn't, and now Preeti's gone because I be having an intuition about things. You know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, you had a sense.
Mm-hmm. And actually, his cousin is my mom's yard man.
Oh, Jamel's?
He
Whoa.
has a cousin named Charles, and it's my mom's yard man. And I remember Preeti telling me that day she came over to wash clothes, and I remember her telling me, you know, because the yard people was over my mom's house, and she said that she had got in the truck with them, and she said, oh, it's okay. This is Jamel's cousin. Like it's a small world, Mom. And I said, it doesn't matter. I mean, those are mom's yard people, but it was other people in there with him too. Like I didn't know those people. My mom didn't know those people. And I told my mom, and he actually installed the cameras when she did get them put back up in charge. He
Oh,
installed the
Jamel's
cameras.
cousin installed the cameras?
And I told her not to. I had a feeling when I turned around, I be seeing stuff in slow motion. And when I saw it in slow motion, I turned around and I saw him. And I came back to my mom's house. I said, Mom, that dude, do not let him put the cameras up. I just don't have a good feeling about him.
Yeah.
I told her.
And because you knew Jamel was no good.
Well, I didn't even know at that time that they were even they were
Okay.
even cousins at that
Yeah.
time. I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know. Preeti had called me and she said that you know, Grandma's yard man is Janelle's cousin. And I said she was in a truck with like some other dudes too, and she was talking about the jewelry they had on and stuff like, you know, I don't know, it was weird, but I said it's not safe.
Yeah.
You don't know who they are, and these are grown men. You're still a baby.
Seriously,
Oh, yeah.
still a
At
baby.
19, she was just exploring. She was just so
And so
innocent.
innocent.
Still innocent. And I'm from Chicago, so I know a little bit more about the streets than she does, you know.
Right.
And I've been through foster care and stuff, so I know how to protect myself or how to, you know, be aware of my surroundings and stuff. But she didn't have to go through
Right.
that.
Because you had to adapt every place you
Every
went.
place I went to, every foster
Yeah.
home, I've been adopted before, and there was so many people. The day we had got adopted, it was so many people out there, and I had so much anxiety, and I had to just, you know, learn everybody, you know,
Yeah.
and how to get along with everybody, you know, because I didn't want them to take me away, because that's how it was a lot of times,
Right.
you know. If you don't do this, you don't be good.
Like you
when
have to
you're going
act
back.
like and behave all the
As if it was your fault or something.
And I have abandonment issues and
course.
neglect issues, you
Yeah.
know, because if you spill something on the floor, if you didn't clean your room, if you didn't wash dishes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you back. you know, so.
Oh,
Right.
and the threats of
Oh,
that,
yeah.
and that's
Mhm.
real. That
Oh
they
yeah,
could-
it's
that they did.
real. Oh yeah, that's very real. And they did.
Where the reality is, if you're a foster care parent, Josh's mom was a foster care parent,
Mhm.
but a good foster
It's some
care
good
mom.
ones. It's some good ones.
Yeah.
I didn't, and it was a lady that was really good. She was really good. And I don't know how we lost contact. I think I was scared.
Yeah.
And it was really, really nice. She took us to church every Sunday, and she really, really loved me. And I think it's because we all couldn't get adopted together.
Mm-hmm.
And she was really, really good. I'm telling you, she was really good. And we couldn't get adopted together. And then after I didn't go with her, Miss Bell, she adopted all of us together because I really wanted that. And so they said they found somebody that would adopt us all together. And that's what I went with, but it wasn't a good home.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I didn't want us to be split up. And then after we went
Because
from
your
that,
sister left, your older sister.
she was the first one to get adopted when we was like 13. And then I was the big sister. I had to try to keep everybody together with
Yeah.
my little sister. And then when we all got adopted together, and that adoptive home, you know, that he was, you know, the guy was trying to mess with me.
Yeah.
And I told on him, and I ran next door. Because Miss Bill, she wasn't there. She was always at the casino on the weekends.
Yeah.
And so I just ran next door. And then the next morning, the social worker came to the house with Canary and Miss Bell,
Yeah.
my adoptive mom. And they questioned me in front of him.
Oh, in front of Canary, and Canary was the one who was trying to mess with you.
And he was like, you know, I ain't did nothing like that. And he's laughing off. And then the social worker were their friends. So that's how we were able to get all of us together anyway.
Yeah.
Because she was friends with them, and
She was friends with the family, so
with
then
the
she
family.
sided with them.
Yep. And so they took me away, and I never seen my school again after that. None of my schools I ever went back to. But they took me away, and I never seen that school. And then my sister and my brother stayed there for about maybe 6 more months, maybe 8 months. Because I was in a program waiting to go to the girls' group home out here, well, in Vicksburg, called the Bridges Signal Hill.
Here's water.
And then my sister, she got pregnant in that adoptive home. After I left, she got pregnant, and I really felt guilty about that for a long time because I felt like if I hadn't told on Canary, then I would have been there for her. You know, it was either me or, but I didn't.
And of
know
course
what was
that guilt's
happen.
gonna come up, but obviously, like, emotionally that guilt is there, but then intellectually you know that it's not your fault. But it's like that's the stuff that you're gonna spend the rest of your life trying to work through and
because
recondition yourself, you know?
She's had 7 kids since
Yeah.
then, and I kind of feel like maybe the trauma from having a
course.
baby early, because she was like 14,
Yeah.
and that's when she first got her cycle. She just had got it, and so I think just like from the trauma that it just continued on.
Yeah.
She just the sexual trauma and stuff. I guess it
course.
just continued.
Yeah.
And this is the sister that
My
we're
little
meeting
sister
today or tomorrow?
today,
Oh,
or
nice.
tomorrow, whenever.
Okay.
Yeah.
How
that's
does
my
she
little
feel
sister.
about us filming? Is she okay?
Yeah, she's okay with it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, she's okay.
Yeah,
With it.
because we want to be as respectful as possible,
Yeah.
obviously, you know.
Yeah, she's okay with it. I told her.
Okay, good. Well, Ram, you wanted to talk a little bit about like what we do.
Yeah.
Like we were thinking it was important to kind of explain like the work we do, and we can show you examples of like the different short films we've made
Okay.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that, so you
Okay.
have a sense.
Kind of
you
like
know?
where we're coming from too, like just like the approach to like a personal
Okay.
story, you know.
Okay, I got you.
And because for, you know, obviously this is such a big, there's so much here
Yeah.
that like I this could definitely be a bigger
Okay.
project, you know,
Okay.
like eventually I think this
Okay.
could be
Yes, because
For
I got a
Like
everybody.
the
lot.
feature
I got a
documentary.
lot.
for everybody, you know, like
Yeah.
I think because there's so complex,
And there's so much coming up
you know,
too.
and it's
Yeah.
it's the
It's a
like
lot.
even just, you know,
The trials and
Mhm.
everything.
and to really
you
tackle
know?
the stuff that you're talking about,
Mhm.
it runs so deep and it's so complex.
Yeah.
It's a lot to capture in a
Yeah.
small amount of time.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I think that's something
Yeah.
that, like, if
Yeah, I
you're
know.
willing, like, we could all hopefully work on together if we can
Yeah.
get people interested from
Mhm.
this, like, short form piece. And, like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
usually the way that we do short form pieces it's taking, you know, the personal and kind of, like, creating a snapshot
Mhm.
of that,
Okay.
which, you know, can be poetic, artistic,
Yeah.
sort of.
We're more artists than media.
Okay.
So we're
Yeah.
artists
Gotcha.
collaborating with you, making something beautiful
Yes.
about your life
I
and
gotcha.
honest about
Yeah.
your life.
Yes.
So it's not like we're like, obviously we're not like the news or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
I think it's and it's when we met Pretty for the first time. I think Kelsey probably told you we were doing some like filming work with an organization. It was kind of like like a research phase, honestly, because we were trying to get people's feedback and just their experiences and young people, and it like there was no one else that like touched us the way she did.
Wow.
There really
Yeah.
wasn't.
Really?
Like it was honestly.
We talked to everybody about
there
her.
wasn't
Really?
anybody.
There wasn't one interview that we
And-
did with
Really?
somebody that we were blown away
Yeah.
It was just
by her wisdom and
her spirit, you know?
her, yeah, who she
And-
was.
So, like when that was probably like
2000.
three
Well, she was 16 years old. Yeah,
or 15, maybe I can't remember.
she was 16.
Was
Yeah,
she 16? Okay, but it was 3.5 years.
yeah, it was
And
2000.
there was like honestly never a time where we stopped thinking about her,
yeah.
and that's rare because of course
We've
there's
talked
so
to a
many
lot of
people and
people.
they come
A lot
and
of
you think about
people.
everyone, but it was different.
Yeah.
And I think
And-
we always it was crazy because even in that moment we always were like we want to do more with her specifically,
We're like, how do we go back and talk to Pretty?
like and
Yeah,
even like
wow, really?
Yeah.
always like it was just always in the back of our head like we wanted to engage her in that way, so
Yeah.
when we
And if it wasn't for that, if we didn't feel such a personal connection, like we would have never connected in the way we
Right.
did.
No.
We wouldn't even be
No.
here.
Right.
But it's because of
'Cause
Pretty.
Pretty.
when our friend
Yeah.
told us about the news, like it was obviously
So Tiffany,
Yeah.
who called you at a certain point, I gave Tiffany your number. She really kept tabs on Pretty, and she said, "Oh, I wish that I could have." She lives in Georgia. She said, "I wish that I could have stayed with her." And this is before she passed. She said, "I wish I could be a mentor for her in the day to day." And yeah, so
And even in the
we would text
small-
back and forth about like checking up on her, and like even like I followed her on Instagram at a certain point, and
Yeah.
I saw she was posting photos that were like over sexualized,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Is everything okay?" And
so it was like this thing where we would kind of always be like, how's pretty, like it was just always a thing in our minds.
Yeah.
And so I think like just to go back to like what we can try to capture in these next few days, or something that we can work on capturing, is like how do we capture her spirit as well, like
yeah,
how in this film can we like keep her alive in that way, like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and I think like the footage that we have of her too, like we would love to like incorporate that, so
Yeah.
anyone who
so
watches
people
it, they
know
see
her,
her,
feel her,
who
yeah.
she is, not as just someone
Right.
who is
Right.
a victim, like someone
Right.
who is alive and,
Right.
Yeah.
and amazing
A
and
spirit,
interesting and
yes.
complex and all her complexities,
Right.
that it's
Yeah,
what you were
every
talking
facet.
about too with mental health, like these
Yeah.
things
Yeah,
that
it's so
are
important.
ignored,
Yeah.
and and there's not the resources, there's not the focus, and people are complex,
and being honest about like the complexities of people, where it's like the footage that we have of Pretty, you watch it and you're just like, she's so sweet, she's so gentle, she's so wise, but there's
That's
so
the
many
other side.
different sides,
Yeah.
and it's like, but at the same time, maybe somebody knew Pretty and knew her as, oh, that girl who got in trouble, but then wouldn't know the sweet, kind, sensitive side, but she's all of those
And she would be both sometimes.
right. And that people
Yeah.
are so many
Yeah.
things, and it's about like
That
those
you
lives are
can be
worth fighting
both.
for,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no matter
You can't write somebody off
That's
because
right.
they get in trouble.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I think it's like this thing with homicides, and especially with Black women, it's like it becomes a statistic,
Yeah.
and it's like it without humanizing like who this person was and why they were vulnerable to these things,
And we're unprotected.
unprotected,
We really are.
and not being heard, and there are so many predators out there, and it's like, so I think with us it's like capturing that personal and then connecting that to like how do we bring awareness, how do we connect with resources, but really to humanize
Right.
the person is I think
Right.
the most important
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
Because we have two
Right.
different tracks.
Mm-hmm.
The personal track of Pretty, who she is, who she was. Like this is a mother-daughter story. This is the relationship between mother
Right.
and daughter. We all understand that. Like all women who have a mother understand that's a really complicated relationship, especially as a teenager. Like bringing up a teenage daughter is like the toughest thing to
It
do.
is. It
I
is.
can't imagine.
Yeah.
But then there's the investigatory side, where tomorrow we'll do the investigation and all of that, and that's going to be another level of unraveling that none of us know. You know, so since we only have 2 days, we were thinking today will be the personal, the pretty, and tomorrow will be more of the investigation.
One thing I'll say about the investigation, I think the cemetery, they won't be to talk to the guy to actually see where she's buried. They're gonna be open tomorrow.
Today they'll be open.
Okay.
All right. Well,
So
that's still the personal in a sense, because you right because you want to just show us where she is.
Yes. Right.
So we'll definitely go to the cemetery today because I know you really want to do that, and we want to go and be there and honor Pretty also. And also, get it out there that there's no headstone because we're raising that money to try to get her.
She deserves a headstone.
She
just
deserves a
like
headstone.
Of course.
And the way all that she's been through, and the way it's not right to give her.
I mean, this needs to make national news, and people need to stand behind you and get Pretty what she deserved because she has to be remembered.
And because of her, what she told me, and to save other girls, that nobody's talking about. Nobody knows where they are, and a lot of them are being trafficked in clubs.
And we'll go through all of that.
Do you feel comfortable with that? All this that we're saying? Does this feel good to you?
Everything.
Okay.
I'm comfortable with it all.
Okay.
Because it's your story.
Yeah.
And you're as much a part of the telling of your own story, and it's we'll use your footage and stuff how we talked about, and and it's it seems like that's therapeutic for you. That
and
you're
I'm
telling
laying it
your
all
story.
out there. And I'm being vulnerable, and it's not about me really. It's about the women in the world and our daughters and our sisters and our mothers, and it's to help the world, man. It's to save the world. We're the saviors. I believe we have to help ourselves. If we don't do it, who else will? Because they're obviously not doing anything about it. And we have to be the change. We have to do it. We are the heroes, and everybody that contributes are the heroes. We have to save ourselves. Superman is not coming.
Exactly.
We are Superman. We have the cape. But if all of us have the cape together, we can do more. Even Superman, I don't think he could just do everything all over the world at one time. He was but but there was police force and stuff too. Different in helping Superman. And all of this stuff. So it takes
and this corruption needs to be exposed.
It does. Yeah, it does.
But what we're thinking too, so and the way that we can help is through our art, because that's what we do. It's so we did a whole series on women artists and how they use their pain in order to, or use their art in order to transcend their pain. But we can show you a little clip of something that we've done before if you want to see. We worked with this. Yeah, I think Pantaya's piece would be great. So she's.
Maybe when we're doing dumping the cards or something.
Panta is an illustrator, and she has sickle cell thalassemia. Sickle cell.
Pretty had sickle cell trait.
Oh, she did.
She had the trait.
Wow.
Yeah. So for Panta, sickle cell was from the Jamaican side of her family, and thalassemia is from the Iranian side. Where sickle cell, it's your blood cells are in the shape of sickle, but then the thalassemia, your blood cells are small. So she had both. So she's dealing with a chronic illness, chronic pain, constantly hospitalized. But she, in the same sense that you are so focused and driven to have a purpose that brings you away and out of your pain and to bring people together, her thing is illustrating, where she said she was paralyzed once in the hospital and her dad gave her drawing supplies, and she said that's when it happened, and I clicked, and I was I can't stop doing this. So she kind of talks about how she uses her pain.
Okay.
Yeah. But do you want us to show you now or later, or what do you?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. We'll get started.
And then,
do you need to use the bathroom or anything?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
And we were just gonna in very very conversational. It's very this is not performative. It's not for anybody else. It's just for at the moment. It's for us to kind of share stories and hear your
Okay.
Yeah.
So Josh, how are you doing? Do you want to explain anything in terms of what you're doing with the book?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So Raymond, gonna sit here.
Yeah.
So I'll be recording sound today. And speak as comfortably as naturally as possible. Okay, so I'll just have this, you've seen these microphones and stuff
Okay.
before, right?
Yeah.
So I'll have it, it'll be like over you,
Okay.
not too close or
Okay.
anything, so,
Okay.
and it won't fall into anything.
Okay.
Please let us know if at any point you feel uncomfortable,
Okay.
like you want us to take the stuff away,
Okay.
you know?
Okay.
This is
Yeah,
all for you,
okay.
Okay.
all for you.
Okay.
Josh, is your phone off on silent?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to turn mine off.
Yeah, just in case,
Okay.
like beeping and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, the phone's right here.
I was like, just use another.
Yeah, let's wait till we go again. And then I'm
We
gonna.
have to slate.
I think the ring.
Okay.
You
think the
wanna
ring
frame yours
There's
up?
this,
Yeah.
and you know, if there's anything that you want to know about the filmmaking process, I feel like you
Mhm.
are a filmmaker. You've been doing this,
Yeah.
so we can
fine.
explain everything to you if you want.
Okay,
you know?
yeah, that'd be cool too.
Yeah, so then
Yeah.
you can learn, and maybe one
Yes.
day you can do this yourself.
Yes, and vlog.
Be
Yeah,
so cool.
Continue vlogging and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
So-
be the second camera.
Okay.
So in like professional film, there's you keep the sound separate.
Mhm.
So you'll see with like, you know, when
Mhm.
you film on your phone, it's like
Mhm.
you're if you're far away, you can't hear somebody.
Mhm.
So it's like, you know, Josh
Mhm.
with the sound.
Mhm.
It's like
Oh no. Should I take the mirror down?
no. It's fine.
It's just,
Yeah.
I'll let you know when you,
Um,
like, come back.
like the
Oh.
sound is completely separate.
Like,
So
Mhm.
then
see.
it's like
Okay.
what you have to do after the fact, which is very annoying and complicated,
Mhm.
is what's called syncing the sound.
Mhm, with the actions.
I want
Yeah.
to take this down.
Mhm.
Oh wait,
Because it might be annoying.
no, the light is good.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah,
checked that.
that's good.
Yeah, don't. Okay.
I can't get very close though. Sorry guys.
Okay.
So yeah, you have to sync the sound, so basically match it up to the mouths
Mhm.
of the people talking.
Mhm.
Shakir, do you mind if we move your phone?
Yes.